First of all, thanks for being part of this video. In this video, we are going to see the time and work wages concept, and it is class 3. We have completed 2 classes before, and we see all the basics of time and work in those 2 classes. If you are new to my channel, please do like, share and subscribe, and click on the bell icon to get instant notification about my videos. Let's see what the concept is. Wages will be shared between the persons according to their efficiencies. So efficiencies is nothing but wages ratio. Efficiencies is inversely proportional to days. Okay, these are the main concepts we need to remember for the concept of wages. Let's start with the question. A and B can do a work in 15 days and 18 days respectively. A and B, 15 days and 18 days. They undertook a work for, this is the total amount for the work. The share of B, we need to find the share of B. What I said is the wages is given according to the efficiency. To find the efficiency, we are going to use LCM method. LCM of 15 and 19 is 90. 18, 5 times is 90. 15, 6 times is 90. So the efficiency of A is 6 units. Efficiency of B is 5 units. In our question, we have 22,000 is given for the 11 units efficiency. For 11 units efficiency, 22,000 is given. What we need to find is the share of B. The B share is 5 units. 11, 2000 times is total units. 5, 20, the 20 times will be 10,000. So we get 10,000 as the share of B. What I mean to say is here 5 parts value we need to find. Total parts value is 11. We have total 22,000 rupees. 11, 2,000 rupees. We get the share of B, 10,000 rupees. This is what the same I explained before. Okay, let's see second question. X can do a work in 4 days while Y can do the same work in 9 days. Both of them finish the work together and get rupees 2600. Find the amount obtained by X and Y. Okay, X can do the work in 4 days while Y can do the same work in 9 days. So efficiency, we need to find the efficiencies to find the wages of these two persons. Here the LCM of these two is 36. 9 4 times and 4 9 times. The efficiencies are 9 and 4. Here sum of these two, 9 plus 4, 13 parts value is given as 2600. So 9 parts value is 13 200 times. So 9 parts value will be 9 2 times will be 1800. For the Y value, 4 parts. 4 parts value means 1 part value is 200, means 4 parts value will be 800. So the wages for X and Y are 1800 and 800. Option A is our answer. Now let's take one more question regarding this wages. A and B can do a piece of work in 12 days and 15 days respectively. So A, B, 12 days and 15 days respectively. For a work of 18,000 rupees, but they worked for 5 days and the remaining work is done by C. C also doing the work in 2 days. Remaining work in by C in 2 days. What is the daily wage of C? First, both A and B worked for 5 days only. So first we are going to see the LCM of these two, which is 60. 15 4 times, 12 5 times. Efficiency of these two are 4 plus 5. So total per day they both completes 9 units out of 60 units. They complete 9 units per day, both A and B. But here it is said that A and B worked for 5 days. So we have 9 units for 5 days. They both completes 45 units out of 60 units. Now remaining we have 60 minus 45, 15 units is remaining. This 50 units is completed by C. Okay, we need to find the wages of C, wage of C. I already said that wage is related to efficiencies. Efficiencies is nothing but wages. Okay, so here the efficiency is nothing but the units. This is the units. The units is nothing but the wages. So here this 45 units is completed by A and B together. This 15 units is completed by C. So the ratio is 3 is to 4. We have 4 parts. 4 parts value is given as 18,000. So 4 parts value is 18,000. What we need to find is the wage of C, but it is daily wage. But C complete 15 units. This is total work. For C, he got one part. One part value will be 4 times 16 and 500 times. So one part value is 4500. This is the total work done by C. Got this amount for total work. He got 4500 as a amount, but he worked for 2 days. Means for one day he get half of 4500, which is nothing but 2250 is our answer. So the daily wage of C is 2250. Now we are going to see one more concept in time and work is person left the work after some time. Let's see with the question. A and B can do a work in 15 days and 18 days respectively. They worked for 5 days and then A left. This is what I am talking about the concept. They both together worked for 5 days and then A left. The remaining work is completed by B. In how many days the total work is completed? Let's start with our basic LCM method. A does in 15 and 18. 15 and 18 days, A and B. First, the LCM of these two is 90. 18, 5 times is 90. 15, 6 times is 90. So, 5 days they worked means per day, the total how many units they completed is 6 plus 5, 11 units completed per day. But they need to complete 90 units. So total units is 90. But they completed per day 11 units. They both worked for 5 days. So into 5 days they have completed 55 units of work. How many units left is remaining is 90 minus 55, which will be 35 units of work is remaining, and said that the remaining work is completed by B now. So A eliminated. Now only left with B. B efficiency is 5 units per day. So 5 units per day, he completed 35 units in 7 days. So totally the question asked is in how many days the total work is completed. Initially they worked for 5 days. Now B alone completed the remaining work in 7 days. So the total work is completed in 12 days. Okay, this is the answer. Now let's see one more question. A, B and C can do a work in 5 days, 10 days and 15 days respectively. They started together, but after 2 days A and B left. C did the remaining work in how many days? Okay, first A, B and C, 5, 10 and 15. 5, 10 and 15 days. Let's take the LCM. LCM of all these three is 30. 5 6 times, 10 3 times and 15 2 times. These are the efficiencies of each one. Per day, A can complete 6 units, B can complete 3 units. Per day, C can complete 2 units. So, what the question says that they started together, but after 2 days, A and B left. So, all the three total we have 6 plus 5, 11 units. Per day, all the three completes 11 units. But they all together worked for only 2 days. 11 into 2 days, they have completed 22 units only. But how many units they need to complete is 30 units. But they completed only 22 units. So remaining, how many units are left? Remaining is 8 units left. 30 minus 22 will be 8 units. 8 units left. This 8 units is completed by C did the remaining work. Okay. C only completed the remaining work. So this and this are eliminated. The efficiency of C is only 2 units per day. He completed these 8 units per day with 2 in 4 days. So what is the question asked is C did the remaining work in how many days? C did the remaining 8 units of work in 4 days. So answer is 4 days. So in these two questions we have learned about some people are working together for some days and one person left, and we need to find how many days will it take to complete the whole work. This type of questions we have completed now, but we are going to see this type of question which contains they both worked for together for some time and one person left, and the question asked about in how many days, after how many days that people left. So for this type of questions we do the same as A. In this question, A and B can do the work in 40 and 35 days. A 40 days, B 35 days. LCM of these two is 280. So 35, 8 times is 280, 40, 7 times is 280. So 7 and 8 are the efficiencies of A and B. Let's see the question. They began the work together. First, they initially do 7 plus 8, 15 units of work per day. But A left after some time. We don't know after how many days A left, and B finished the remaining work in 10 days. This is the point we need to catch here. B finished the work, remaining work in 10 days. B's efficiency is 8 units. 8 units, 10 days, he completes 80 units. So 80 units is completed, remaining work 80 units. So before we have 280 units, B completed the remaining 80 units. Means A and B together completed how many units is 200. So per day A and B together can do 15 units, means 200 units completed by 15 units by A and B together in 15, 1 times 15, 15 we get 50. 15 3 times is 45, 5 by 15, which means 13, 1 by 3 days. So A and B together worked for 13 1/3 days, and then A left. So A worked for 13 1/3 days. Let's see one more question, the same question with different values. A and B can do in 35 days and 25 days. They began the work together, but A left after some time and B finished the remaining work in 15 days. First we need to do the LCM for these two. LCM of these two will be 35, means we get 175, 25, 7 times 35, 5 times. Okay, this is the LCM. These are the efficiencies of A and B. Initially, they do 5 plus 7, 12 units per day. They need to complete 175 units. But A left after some time. Both A and B together worked for some days. And the remaining work is done by B alone. B alone finished the remaining work in 15 days. B's efficiency is 7. 7 into 15 days means 105 units is completed by B alone after A left. So initially there is a total of 175 units. 105 units is completed by B alone after A left. Means how many units A and B together completed is 70 units. Yes, 70 plus 105 will be 175. So A and B together completed only 70 units. So they together complete 12 units per day means they both completed this 70 units in 12 6 12 5 times is 60, 10 by 12 means 5 by 6 days is taken by A and B together to complete this 70 units. So after 5 by 6 days A left and the remaining work done by B alone in 105 units of work in 15 days. So for exams we do fast calculations like this. First we need to find the efficiencies and the remaining work done by B means 7. 15 times will be 102 105. 105 is subtracted from this one, we get a 70. 70 is done by 12. 12 5 5 by 6 is our answer. This is how fast we need to calculate in our exam. Okay, this is the approach. So that's all for today. If you are new to my channel, please do like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.